is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Young cast, last, now everybody go talk breakfast. Chuko.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Island Wholesale, John's Department Store, John West Shoes, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
The Friday, January 6th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Happy Friday, everybody. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. And we got lots to talk about today. Boy, free-for-all Friday edition. And, of course, you know, before we get into today's show, let me remind you, next week, kicking it off, back to the trivia to start the show. You know, I wanted to get you over the holiday hangover. And we back to the rat race, back to the bumping grind. So come Monday, get your thinking caps on. The Brain Teaser returns. And, boy, we playing for a bevy of prizes. Dunkin' Donuts coffee mugs, Joker's Wild party passes, coupons from KFC Nassau, lunch or dinner your choice from Naughty Johnny's. Fully loaded. And for all the prize winners who haven't collected yet and still waiting to collect because the holidays were crazy, come Monday, you are good to go. Okay? I can say that with authority because I'm looking at half the prizes now, and I know where the other half are, so you're all good to go. All right? So get your thinking caps on, and we'll see you Monday for the Brain Teaser for sure. Now, we're going to open the lines today because, like I said, lots to talk about, especially looking at the headlines. So here's how you get it in. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Phone lines are open. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. All right, so that's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. All right. And for those of you texting me, man, Mr. Lang is gone. Zhivago is done into his weekend, and I stopped playing music on February of last year. Because I came in March. All right. Or was it February? No, it's February. Time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, let's check out the headliners who are what's making headlines in the 242. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. New arrivals in stock right now. New lines, all right, from new styles from all your favorite lines over there at Fine Threads. Check them out online, finethreads.com. You can do your shopping online and then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. The flagship store, top of the hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza. And both of those locations are open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. All right? Now, let's jump on, and here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian, news and views that matter since 1844. PM intervenes in Freeport layoffs. Container Port reverses decision to terminate workers, government says. Story by Travis Cartwright Carroll. The Freeport Container Port, FCP, yesterday reversed the decision it made to lay off 20 employees after Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis intervened. This is what the government said. The announcement came shortly after Progressive Liberal Party Chairman Fred Mitchell, who is also Minister of Foreign Affairs, held a press conference in Freeport, Grand Bahama, lambasting the company for terminating the employees while so many Grand Bahamians are still recovering from Hurricane Dorian. Stick a point in that one. All right? Little red flag right there. And remember, we're going to revisit this in the buzz coming up shortly brought to you by John Shoes. All right, but you can chime in now and let me think of what you think of the intervention and so on and so forth. All right? That's very interesting right now. Mitchell said he, Davis, Minister for Grand Bahama, Ginger Moxley, and Minister of Labor, Keith Bell, held a phone call yesterday morning to discuss the layoffs. I hope you'll hold some other phone calls in the future, because anyway, wait for the buzz, wait for it. Will controversial bills be priority for government in 2023? Story by Kendia Dames, executive editor here at The Guardian. Now, the House of Assembly is scheduled to reconvene on January 11th, a day after the majority rule holiday, but it remains to be seen whether big ticket and in some instances highly controversial bills will see priority during the Davis administration's legislative agenda. Well, you know what them ones we talking about now. Those are some of the bills that a lot of people, when they went to the polls, were basing their way they voted on some of these bills. But yes, I want to know about these bills and if they're going to get passed. I needs to know. Gots to know. Because they're definitely bills that are going to affect the nation moving forward for generations. All right, the proposed legislation includes a nationality or citizenship bill, a cannabis bill, a bill to criminalize marital rape, a campaign finance bill, and other bills to foster good governance and electoral reform. You need to see them. Freedom of Information Act especially, Whistleblower Act, Electoral Reform, Public Disclosure Act, all promised by the PLP. Will they be delivered? Let's see. Lots going on right now. It could be looked at as a distraction why these things don't get passed. But they were talked about. They were used as bargaining chips for political mileage on the campaign trail. Well, now the rubber has met the road. Where are we going with this? It's one thing to talk about it. Now you need to be about it. Naughty, One Paul always out-negotiates the government. What did the government give away for them to keep the employees? Very good question, Texter. What was done in the negotiation? What was done in the behind closed doors meetings? Because the chairman of the PLP could pontificate all he wants and swell up like a hedgehog and, pretend to be a bully. But we all know that's for the public persona and the public, eye. Behind closed doors, you got to negotiate to make things happen. I got a couple of more headlines, then we get to the buzz where we will revisit that situation in Freeport. Village Road businesses ask government to help them stay afloat. And that's only fair. I mean, my God, Village Road has been FUBAR, for lack of a better word, for the last year. And I'm wondering why it's taking so long. You got rumors swirling, but why is it? Those businesses are suffering because of our road situation on Village Road. It's bad enough inflation's gone up, the cost of living's gone up, the price of doing business has gone up. Let them have a fair chance of making a living. Mr. Prime Minister, just how you intervened for those 20 workers in Freeport, why don't you intervene for the business owners on Village Road? It's obvious you're Minister of Works, and I hate to say this, because he had so much promise and so much potential. And generally, good guy and smart individual. But it's been very disappointing in the capacity of Minister of Works, Mr. Alfred Sears. Maybe you need to intervene on his behalf and help get this done. help him not look any worse than he's already looking in that capacity. Get this finished. Get businesses back up and thriving in Village Road, since you intervening everywhere. Let me check the text lines again. Naughty, great show as usual. When the government starts the Gladstone Road project, all them businesses will get closed down or be gone. It's one thing to do these things, but you got to have the planning and see the effect that it's going to have in the community. Yes, it's for better for roads in the long run and ease of access, but if it affects the community during that development in a negative way, it has more of a negative impact than a positive in the long run, then you got to revisit things how you plan. Very sad news here. Young woman collapses and dies on basketball court. An 18-year-old female collapsed and died on a basketball court at a park in Mason's Addition during a basketball game yesterday morning. Police said there were no reports that she had complained about her feeling ill before she collapsed. Obviously, something went wrong and she collapsed. This according to Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippings at the scene. We're going to have an autopsy performed to find out exactly what went wrong and why she collapsed. Skippings said it was not immediately clear whether the team, who was a resident of the area, had a medical condition or not. Left the community visibly shaken, and as I understand, it's a horrible situation. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the Mason Addition community and the family involved in that as well. Very tragic situation there. So, I slide out of the headliners and get up into the buzz. And as we get out of the headliners too as well, opposition on SDRs. Does the government have liquidity issues? Opposition leader Michael Pintard, what has arisen that they need to draw down on in advance? Very interesting point there. Another good point as well too from Minister Kwesi Thompson. It does raise a red flag in terms of our fiscal position. Where do we really stand? Yes, those are valid questions. I know some people won't like them being asked or try to spin them a certain way. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. The government did a good thing, but when you find out the full story of those 20 workers who were wreaking havoc, seek out the staff at the container port. Freeport people don't make too much noise. I'm only saying, dive deeper. Thank you, Texter. Carry me. Give me my goggles and my aqua lung. Let me take a little dive. Let me take a little dive in Freeport. You know, I got my connects in Freeport now, so I can find it out. All right. Naughty, I think that company allowed them to put that press release out. That's a private company. Government can't tell them what to do. And what capacity were the 20 workers taken back? Doing what? It's time to call BS, Naughty. What about the employees who wanted to be disengaged? What about those who have received their $40,000 separation packages? Very interesting question. Because maybe some of them did want that guap. That's what they was looking for. They was hoping to get it. And now, like FTX money, they got to give it back and go to work. Now, here's an interesting question, and I got to bring up. As I slide out of the headliners into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. Don't forget new arrivals every Monday, ladies. Brand new fashions at both John's locations, John's Plaza Carmichael, and the flagship store over there on Rosetta. And they now have small home appliances and cookware as well to go along with all the goodness that's going on at John's. And remember, John, serving you is a pleasure. Now, here's something that got me buzzing and got Abaco buzzing. And obviously on Monday, I will get into it with my good friend Roscoe Thompson and all our friends from Abaco, and we'll try to get to the bottom of this. But as our Prime Minister tries to play Dudley Do-Right and intervene on behalf of 20 workers in Freeport, I now feel that if he is for all Bahamians, then I think he needs to intervene in Abaco. There are 45 workers who have been laid off without being compensated. I've seen the pay sheets. I've seen what's being owed. They're being neglected. They had to go through the entire holiday without being compensated for their hard work, for their services. The PM needs to intervene there, please. Make sure those 45 workers in Abaco get taken care of. Allegedly, it's in a major resort who subcontracted the project out. You know, there's the red tape and the blase, but there are 45 Bahamians still waiting to be compensated for their hard work, for their services rendered. And I've seen the timesheet. I've seen the pay sheet. A ton of people have been floating around all over social media. Get those Bahamians paid, Mr. Davis. Those 20 workers in Freeport, if you had to intervene on their behalf, and you know I got mad love for Freeport. If you had to intervene on their behalf, and it was a righteous intervention and not a political one, and like the text says, when you do your due diligence and find out all what's going on, if that was worthy of you doing that, and they were worthy of you doing that in your capacity as Prime Minister, then my God, why not the 45 in Abaco? And guess what? Freeport and Abaco have suffered long enough from previous administrations and this administration. So since you can't make your mind up on the SIRS, all right, and you got issues with the Procurement Act, get these people fed. Get them their money. If that's what you're into now, not traveling and intervening on behalf of Bahamians, there are 45 disgruntled, displaced, disenfranchised, disillusioned Bahamians in Abaco who are waiting for their money that they are owed. And there is no one coming to their aid. No one coming to their rescue. But why not you, Mr. Prime Minister? Pull a Freeport, get to Abaco, do a thing. Get your chairman together, get your 2 MPs in Abaco together, you know, Cornrow Cornish and Alfred E. Newman's doppelganger, Mr. Pinder. You get them together and do your press release and beat up your gums the same way you did it in Freeport. And get those workers compensated. Don't talk about it, be about it. And the same way you use the Freeport situation for yet another grandiose photo op, use Abaco. Let me go to the text line. Naughty, how come the people stole the crime disruptor's catalytic converter? How he could disrupt crime with no car? Oh, Lord. Naughty, not a red cent for Village Road. What the hell they expect? Howell Road, Blue Hill Road, Market Street, and Boyd Road all took a hit for improved infrastructure. Government should not set a crazy precedent. And a lot of them took hits for infrastructure. A lot. Now, what's this I'm seeing? Am I seeing this correct? They actually want... Ooh, I need to double check this on the break. Okay. So, yeah. Let's get those workers in Abaco compensated. My God, it's been long enough. And there's a lot of pontification, but no action, no intervention. And this sets a double standard, Mr. Prime Minister. Freeport is better than Abaco? Is that what you're saying? I thought all of we were Bahamians and all of we were one. What's going on? Abaco needs your assistance as well and your intervention. Anyway, Mr. Producer, let's get to the first break. On the flip side of the break, we'll get back into it. All right, we're wrapping up on the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes, but of course you can still chime in. Still an open line Friday. Phone lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. GuardianTalkRadio.com. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. And, of course, cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. And I'll tell you something. I reached out to Minister of Labor and Immigration, Mr. Keith Bell. No reply. Had a good conversation with my good friend, Mr. Clint Watson, at the OPM. Told me that they're going to get on it and get us some answers. I'm still waiting to hear a press release or back from them. So I'm letting that, take its course. But at the end of the day, we need to do something. We are all in this together. The good, the bad, the ugly, the highs and the lows, and everywhere in between. If one Bahamian suffers, all should feel like they're suffering right now. All what we've been through. So let's keep an eye on Freeport and make sure that doesn't go down again. But at the same time, let's get Abaco straight. Let's get Abaco squared away. There's 45 hungry families just waiting in limbo. Come on, Mr. Davis, put on your cap, jump on in. All right? Be the super PM that you are. Rescue those like you rescued the 20 in Grand Bahama. The Friday edition of Talking Heads, the January 6th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Christmas is coming, and your fingers are tingling for the KFC flavors that bring us together this holiday season. Enjoy a festive feast mega meal packed of 8 pieces of juicy fried chicken, family fries, 4 buttery biscuits, and a half-gallon of Pepsi in a reusable bag. Available for a limited time, these reusable drink bags are perfect for your next get-together. Have a finger-licking good Christmas with KFC.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Here we go.
J.S. Johnson Insurance agents are the best. Reliable service, we've been on the scene, protecting since 1919. J.S. Johnson Insurance has the test. You'll always cover me. J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Kick off the holiday season with Dunkin's 3 delicious signature lattes made with rich espresso and topped with whipped cream. Sip a Dunkin' Peppermint Mocha Latte with mocha and peppermint, or try a toasted white chocolate latte with creamy white chocolate flavor. The new Dunkin' Brown Sugar Cookie Latte features notes of sweet brown sugar and holiday spices. Hurry in today. The Dunkin' Holiday Lattes are only in town for the holiday season. The holidays run on Dunkin'.
Your cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Talking Heads, the Friday, January 6th edition continues right now. And, of course, into the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Now. So still keeping the lines open, the text lines open. So chime in, fire away how you want. And don't forget, all the drive-thrus, KFC Nassau, open and frying until midnight. All right, so you can get your finger licking on. Additionally, they got it going on for you. They got some big things popping at KFC Nassau. Some great deals. All right, so you definitely need to get on in and check them out. As a matter of fact, here's one which you should try if you've been to if you haven't tried it at KFC. Next time you go to KFC, try this one right here. They got that fried chicken vibe, all right, and they got the festive feast mega pack with the it's loaded. You still got the holiday vibe going on. Still offering it for you, all right. It's loaded with 8 boneless KFC bites of 100% white meat, a chicken leg, mashed potato with gravy, corn, a biscuit, and a delicious guava dessert biscuit, and that mega-sized Pepsi, all right? Fully loaded, all right? It's the KFC, mega pack with the 8 boneless KFC bites that are off the chain, all right? Yeah, man, if you haven't tried them, check them out next time you go. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, let's check out the woman who's heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. Like I said, all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. If you want to win $1 billion, that's what's up for grabs in tonight's Mega Millions lottery. Folks going crazy over it again. Let's see if somebody gets lucky. I guess today is back to work day for Al Roker. He returned to the Today Show this morning after recovering from some leg and lung blood clots. ABC's New Year's Rockin' Eve rung in 2023 with 13.7 million viewers, more than double of the audience of NBC's Miley's New Year's Eve party. Prince Harry's new book, Spare, comes out next week. One story has already leaked how Harry claims his brother William, while arguing about Meghan, grabbed Harry by the neck and shoved him to the ground. Garbage. 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 Never see it. Never see it. I tell you. It's killing me. I'd like to see that as a celebrity fight. Yes, that would be good. That would be awesome. All right? You all really look at Prince Harry. You all really believe he's going to let his doofy brother William choke him by the neck? Like, really? My money on Harry, boy. Harry would have beat the brakes off of him. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Anyway, let me keep it moving. Speaking of politics and world leaders and first ladies, First Lady Jill Biden will undergo surgery to remove a lesion above her eye after a routine cancer screening detected it. Mel Gibson's sequel to The Passion of the Christ, Passion Resurrection, is still on schedule to begin filming mid-year. Amazon.com is laying off more than 18,000 employees, its biggest reduction in history, in the latest sign that the tech industry slump is deepening. All right, here's a little story for you, if you're a movie buff. It's been a long road for Ke Huy Quan. He was the cute kid who hung out with Harrison Ford in 1984's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Then you got to know him as Richard Data Wang in 1985's The Goonies. Now he's an Oscar contender for his endearing turn in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, playing a devoted fanny pack-wielding laundromat owner named Waymond. Might have come full circle there. Might have come full circle. All right. And you might have loved Dave Bautista, former WWE champ, as Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but he's thought the role is silly and says he's done. You'll see him in Guardians 3, and then that's it. So expect him to get written off in the next Guardians. Spoiler alert! Hold on now. Let me read this text. Harry needs to go for therapy. All siblings slap each other. Listening to all this, Harry has a problem. Good afternoon. Sound like you don't like Meghan. That's what happened there. If you're a fan of William and Kate, then hey, you probably don't like Meghan, and therefore you don't like Harry. But it's all good, to each his own. Oh, boy. I still got my money on Harry, though. Mr. Producer, who you think will win that scrap? Harry or William? The one with the red hair, that's what you say? Yeah, that's Harry. That's the giddy one. Yeah, not the bald one, the one with the hair. The one who looked like Sheamus from the WWE. Yeah, you beat him like a drum. That's what I say. Okay, good. Then you must have a crush on Harry. You defending Harry. We like Megan too, around here. So we all good, Texter. But I still got my money on Harry. Harry beat the brakes off Williams. I don't care what nobody say. Harry would beat him to pieces. Anyway, let's get up into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break, because you know I runs on Dunkin'. And listen, when you're into your favorite Dunkin' location next time, you got to try the Dunkin' Turkey Cranberry Sandwich. It is all good. Listen, Texter, you want to talk about the death of Diana has affected Harry. I think it's affected them, his siblings, Britain. It's affected me. Let me share this little story with you, Texter. I kid you not. I came in on one of my birthdays. I won't say which one, because some of y'all might do the math. But I came in, and it was about 3 a.m. Came in, had a good night of partying. It was all good. Sat down, turned on the TV. The first headline I see, okay? Princess Diana dies in car crash. And on every birthday I think of, every birthday. And I just think that the world lost a great humanitarian, a great activist, philanthropist. And I think there were so many charities and charitable causes that she fought for, and other causes that needed her attention, that could have been greatly championed by her. You know, we lost that when we lost her. So yeah, on my birthday, I often reminisce and you know, say a little prayer for Princess Diana. It's kind of a weird anniversary each year. My birthday and her death day. It's crazy. All right. Let me make sure I do this. You know, gotta make sure I get everybody taken care of. So, gotta remind everybody, John West is here in Nassau to put shoes on your feet, all right? They got the family's feet covered for every occasion, all right? Women, men's, kids, all right? They got you all covered. And now they're open in the Carmichael City Shopping Center behind Wendy's. Give them a call today, 820-9715. That's 820-9715. Let them put shoes on your feet, all right? Be sure to check out John West. They're here today. They're in Bahamas, in Nassau. You know them from Freeport. They're now in Nassau. Be sure to check them out. All right. On my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break right now, because you know I runs on Dunkin'. Try that turkey sandwich like I was telling you. All right, you got 3 layers of turkey, Swiss cheese, arugula, cranberry, mustard, all on that flaky croissant. Get it with the popcorn poppers and the iced tea, $9, that included. All good as a combo. All right? All of that goodness, your donuts, your favorite coffees, all that goodness waiting on you at your favorite Dunkin' location. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Bernard Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, Carmichael, the newest location, and at the airport, pre-clearance and post-clearance. So no reason for you not to be running on Dunkin', because you know the Bahamas runs on Dunkin'. All right, I need to check this out, but this is floated around. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. But according to the Markets Insider, U.S. prosecutors have launched an FTX task force to track down and recover missing crypto customer funds totaling at least $3 billion. So where they missing? Where they missing? I need to know. How'd they do it? You know, if you ask the bishop will tell you. You remember that? I mean, come on. Lord. Anyway, You know what the bishop say? The money done gone it. It's gone. G-O-N-D. Gone it. G-O-N-D-E-D. And that's, I mean, what do you expect? All right, Naughty. You need to continue to push that situation in Abaco about those 45 Bahamian workers. You need to get Keith Bell on the show, or at least have an interview by a Zoom or a call possibly, to get to the bottom of this. Well, like I said, I reached out to the minister. I'm eagerly awaiting his reply. So we'll see. That's all you can do is take like a wait-and-see approach with this administration. We just go wait and see. Just wait and see. Because there's nothing, tangible. There's always some sort of talk, always some sort of movement of the goalpost. No. No, sir. Y'all taxes want me read all type of foolishness on this radio. Naughty. I think Meghan and Harry are going overboard with all this now. Britain is not liberal. USA. That's how the monarchy is. Stiff. Yeah, but lighten up, man. Wouldn't you agree that after all those years of being so stiff, they need to lighten up? Like the king. He's the king of stiff. He's starchy. Bad. And Camilla. Ooh, my God. That's true love right there, boy. Because that's a not so good looking woman. I'll tell you that right now. Who was that on Saturday night? You look. Anyway, I won't go there. I'm going to go put that episode up there when I get home. Have me a good laugh on that one. But, Naughty, if I stole a chain and sold it and gave to you some of the proceeds, you're just as guilty as I am. Yes, but once you give me the money and the money is gone, then it's gone. But I get your point, Dexter. I get your point. Mr. Producer, get me to the break, man. Y'all been off the chain this first hour Friday, man. Big y'all up. I'll make taxes. I'll make all this good stuff, man. Don't forget, in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll be talking sports. Got all the NFL picks of the final NFL weekend. Next week, we'll be talking playoffs. And soon, we'll be talking Super Bowl. And then we'll be in the dog days. Just basketball around and nothing else. And then baseball will pop up and there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. But I digress. We got a lot more sports to get to before the dark days and dog days of sports. All right, that dead period. So let's get to the break. And before I get to the break, Naughty, I agree, Camilla is ugly king, and the king needs at least 4 collect before going to bed. You mean 4 collect goalie? And is that 4 collect or 4 cases of collect? Naughty, leave Carmella alone, please. It's Camilla, not Carmella. Carmella's in the WWE, and she look a whole heck of a lot better than Camilla. All right. Hey, Naughty, what's up with the airspace? When is the government going to get theirs? That's a very good question. We need to find out who's handling the management of that contract and get some data as to what's come in and where it's gone. Or who getting what and what getting who? That's a very good question. We'll get into that next week, all right? Note to self, put that down. Airspace, yeah, who got the bub? Or who collecting it? And where's it going? Or where is it? Because I know it's there. But, we need to benefit from it. Yeah, thanks for that reminder, Texter. All right, in the meantime, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, I'll be back at you. To get you into the 5 o'clock hour, I got some news from the Island game. They got a big winner chicken dinner today. Somebody's walking off with $50,000 in the last day of their 12 days of Cashmas promotion. And I need to know who that is because they need to buy me lunch. I'm Mr. Producer, too.
Kick off the holiday season with Dunkin's 3 delicious signature lattes made with rich espresso and topped with whipped cream. Sip a Dunkin' Peppermint Mocha Latte with mocha and peppermint, or try a toasted white chocolate latte with creamy white chocolate flavor. The new Dunkin' Brown Sugar Cookie Latte features notes of sweet brown sugar and holiday spices. Hurry in today. The Dunkin' Holiday Lattes are only in town for the holiday season. The holidays run on Dunkin'.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Christmas coming here.
Christmas is coming and your fingers are tingling for the KFC flavors that satisfy your cravings. Get that fried chicken holiday vibe with a juicy KFC Festive Feast Mega Pack. Loaded with 8 boneless KFC bites of 100% white meat, a chicken leg, mashed potato with gravy, corn, a biscuit, a delicious guava dessert biscuit, and a mega-sized Pepsi. Have a finger-licking good Christmas with KFC.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. The January 6th edition, Friday, January 6th edition continues right now. Let me check my text lines real quick. Y'all just be blowing up this text line, but y'all just be blowing it up. Y'all killing me with these memes too, you know. Like, really. I'm trying to keep a straight face. Y'all need to behave yourself. Anyhow, I digress. Gotta congratulate the big winner chicken dinner from the Island Game. You know, they had their big 12 days of Cashmas promotion going on. And it counted all the way down. And boy, we got a lucky winner today who's going to get $50,000 cash. $50,000 cash. Yep. For being, the last winner on the 12th day of Cashmas. All right? So as soon as they post it, I'll let you know. And if it is posted, I don't see it. But nonetheless, congratulations to all the winners, too. They had some big winners leading up to it as well. Everybody got hooked up. All right? And of course, like I said, the Island Game always does big things. You need to check out their sportsbook as well. Going into this NFL weekend, basketball, college basketball in full effect, NBA in full effect. Their sportsbook is number 1, the best in all the land. So simply log on to theislandgame.com, check out the sportsbook, play and win, and they remind you to always play responsibly. All right. Now, on a somber note, I hate doing stuff like this. Got some very tragic news today. You know, I often brag. Mr. Producer, check your phone. Yeah. I often brag about, being a proud alumni of St. Andrews. Maybe not of St. Andrews like what goes on today, but it was a very special place back in the day that fostered a lot of great talent and a lot of great individuals. Had some brilliant teachers, and brilliant families, and brilliant students and friends. And it was a great experience to go to school there. And you made lifelong friends. And your teachers became your lifelong friends. And today, I learned that our St. Andrews family, our St. Andrews community, we lost one of our best and brightest. It was bad enough losing our father last year, Mr. Alan Murray, who taught a lot of us and was so brilliant and had such an impact on our lives, both as a teacher in school, and then we saw us as adults out of school. The learning never stopped. The teaching never stopped. The lessons were always there. They were a lot more witty, a lot more funnier. The conversations were deeper. But you still learned something. And you appreciated it. So when we lost him, that was a big void. But to learn today that we lost his daughter, Anna, took the wind right out of my sails. Right out of my sails. And I knew Anna when we went to school. But Anna and I became cooler after school because she was a huge stand-up comedy fan. And she was very dear friends with my mentor and big brother, adopted big brother, the late, great Richard Big Cup Bethel, uncle. I mean, she was tight with uncle. She was part of that whole, scene, the karaoke scene, the club scene, the cocktail scene, the food and dining scene. She's out there. And huge fan of comedy. And she'd love to come in and, you know how Bahamians go. No, he's my boy, I ain't gonna heckle him. So we always had some good discourse and get off, and it was always fun to see her. Always happy to see her. She was happy to see me. And to know that we lost her at such a young age. Very, very tragic situation. So my thoughts and prayers go out to all our family and our friends and our, very, very sad situation. And every time you talk to your friends or your family, tell them you love them. You never know, it might be the last time. So take the opportunity to tell them you love them, you appreciate them. Just like I appreciate all my texters and listeners and sponsors. I couldn't do it without you guys, and I greatly appreciate your support. So take the time to tell people you love them. Or share that little special word or that joke or that laugh. The good thing about it is the last time I saw Anna, it was at Joker's, and we shared a laugh, and that's where I want to leave it. But in all things, God's timing is perfect, and we will miss you, Anna. And I will keep you in my thoughts and my prayers, and your family in my thoughts and my prayers. And right about now, I'll just let Green Day take me to the news.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Christmas coming here.
Christmas is coming and your fingers are tingling for the KFC flavors that satisfy your cravings. Get that fried chicken holiday vibe with a juicy KFC Festive Feast Mega Pack. Loaded with 8 boneless KFC bites of 100% white meat, a chicken leg, mashed potato with gravy, corn, a biscuit, a delicious guava dessert biscuit, and a mega-sized Pepsi. Have a finger-licking good Christmas with KFC.
With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Dunkin' has a new twist on an old holiday favorite. The Dunkin' Turkey Cranberry Sandwich layers sliced deli turkey, Swiss cheese, fresh crisp arugula on a flaky buttery croissant, all topped with mustard and cranberry sauce. Made to order all day long, the Dunkin' Turkey Cranberry Sandwich combo includes a bag of crispy popcorners and a freshly brewed iced tea for only $9 plus VAT. 'Tis the season. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Young cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. The Friday, January 6th edition of Talking Heads continues right now. We're up into the 5 o'clock hour. 5:07 p.m. is the time. And, of course, you know, in the 5 o'clock hour, we talk sports. And like we do each and every day, we'll set it off with Today in Sports History. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well-weather trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. And don't forget, Fridays, happy hour out there at Naughty Johnny's every Wednesday and every Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Tonight's Friday, so be sure to check them out on your way home if you're in the West, or take the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. Always worth the trip out there to Naughty Johnny's, all right? Great cocktails, great highballs, and, of course, great menu, all right? So be sure to check them out for their happy hour, 5 to 7. Don't forget, on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at Naughty Johnny's. Breakfast starting at 9 a.m. So be sure to give them a call, 377-7776, and see what they got chefed up for you today and what's going on for you all weekend long. All right, today in sports history, January 6th. On this day, 1896, the first American women's 6-day bicycle race was held at Madison Square Garden in New York City. 1941, Alice Marble made her professional tennis debut when she defeated Ruth Hardwick of Great Britain at Madison Square Garden in New York City. 1942, the National Collegiate Football Rules Committee abolished the Y formation. 1951, the Indianapolis Olympians beat the Rochester Royals 75-73 in a game that took 6 overtimes. 1976, Ted Turner purchased the Atlanta Braves for $12 million. 1988, a 7-fight deal was signed between Mike Tyson and HBO. 1997, Peter O'Malley announced that the Los Angeles Dodgers were for sale. The team had been owned by his family for 47 years. 1998, Barry Switzer resigned as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That's a great day, that is, too. That is a great day. Yeah, you need to stay. Anyway. 1998, the Dallas Cowboys signed lineman Larry Allen to a 6-year deal worth more than $3.5 million a year. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. That's why he's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. 1999, the National Basketball Association, NBA, and its players agreed to a tentative labor agreement to end a 6-month lockout. 2002, Emmitt Smith of the Dallas Cowboys became the first running back in NFL history to run or gain 1,000 yards in 11 consecutive seasons. 2010, NBA Commissioner David Stern indefinitely suspended Washington Wizards guard Gilbert Arenas without pay. Arenas has admitted to bringing guns into the Verizon Center locker room and was under investigation by local and federal authorities. Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas. Boy, he can fill it up, though. He scored from anywhere on the floor. Sports quote of the day, ask not what your teammates can do for you. Ask what you can do for your teammates. Magic Johnson. All right. Well, Magic, what can you do for the Lakers? What can you do for the Lakers? That's what I want to know. Because Pelinka ain't getting it done. And speaking of the Lakers and who's in and who's out, I think they made a free agent signing. I'll see. Waiting for Pearly to chime in. We got Pearly in yet there, Mr. Producer? Let me send the Pearly signal to Pearly. I know it's Friday, and he may be occupied, but... yeah, man. We'll wait for Pearly to zoom in. I'm sure if he does, he'll chime in. I know Peter's supposed to zoom in short order as well. We'll wait to hear from the Raheem Meister. But as I wait on them, let's get up into the local sports scene. The home court, who's making headlines on the local sports scene and internationally. Robinson is on his way. All brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau as well. Robinson is on his way back, and that meat whopper is off the chain. Get it with meat or plant-based. Either way, it's all good. Look out for Pearly, Mr. Producer. I think he's trying to get in. But Robinson is on the way back. Former top prospect eager to continue his baseball career. Story by Sheldon Longley, Guardian sports editor. Christian Robinson, once listed as one of Major League Baseball's top prospects, has been on a hiatus from the sport of baseball, but he's on the way back and is looking for a steady progression into the majors. The Bahamian turned heads during the 2019 season in particular, hitting a combined 282 for two teams in single-A baseball with 14 home runs, 51 RBIs, and 43 runs scored, showing that he could hit for power and average. He showed his speed as well with 17 stolen bases and had a slash line of .282/.368/.514. Robinson last played with the Kane County Cougars of the Midwest League, the Class A affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, in 2019. Since then, he's been signed to the Visalia Rawhide of the California League and is currently on the restricted list with the Diamondbacks. Robinson is anticipating a strong bounce-back performance this year. In 2020, Robinson was named the Diamondback 60-man player pool and was assigned to their alternative training site at Salt River Fields in Scottsdale, Arizona. And then, of course, that year, let me see where it continues, he reached... as far as number 1 on the Diamondbacks prospects chart and number 3 on Major League Baseball's top 100 prospect list. Quoted as saying, well, I'm looking to get back on the field as soon as possible. I believe that the sky is the limit for me and I will eventually get to the majors. But more than anything, the goal is to stay healthy and stay on the field. More than anything, I have progressed mentally. I want to see where the season leads me. Of course, I will go out there and perform at my best, but there aren't any lofty goals in terms of numbers. I just want to go out there and perform at my best. Now, Robinson is an outfielder, and he came up through through JBLN here in New Providence, signing as an international free agent with the Diamondbacks as a 16-year-old in 2017. He received $2.5 million signing bonus that year and immediately paid dividends for the organization. So, there you have it. What was that? That was Pearly? Is that Pearly? Oh my God.
This is Pearly.
You got your own sound effect now?
No, I was muted, but that wasn't me. I was muted, so I don't know what that was. That wasn't me. I was muted.
Oh, is there a mute button? We can now mute Pearly when he's run out? Okay, great. I love it. But no, hey, what's going on, Earl the Pearl?
Everything on the quiet.
How was your Friday? We muted him again? You muting yourself, Pearly.
So I did know. I'm fussing the young. I have 3 young, 8, 9, and 10-year-olds with me, and I, keep them in check.
Oh, you got Uncle Pearly duty right now. Do not try to corrupt those kids into pulling for the Dolphins, Pearly. Let them choose their own team, like the Dallas Cowboys. That would be the better team to pull for, kids.
Too late. Much too late.
They've already been corrupted?
They've already been canonized.
What? Who they pull for?
They pull for who I tell them to pull for.
Oh, God, poor children. Anyway, call social services, Mr. Producer. All right, so Purdy, we got a lot to talk about, man. We were doing the home court. Christian Robinson on his way back.
I read that article earlier this morning, but Tristan, I'm so happy to see that he's getting everything fixed and he's heading back in the right direction. I wish him all the best. I want to see him in the majors.
Yeah, a lot of potential there with that kid. Good kid. I like him.
I
Good
could be mad to watch Kershaw strike him out a few times, but I would love to see him in a Dodger uniform.
I'd love to see him park Kershaw with a fence. That's what I'd like to do.
Well, but the behemoth of me would want to see that, but the Dodger in me was like, ah.
So we got to look at, in addition to him doing his thing in Major League Baseball, Buddy Hield has been on fuego in the NBA the last couple of weeks, man. Purdy.
Yeah, he's been lighting it up.
He is on a remarkable pace right now. He's shooting 54.33%, 69 for 127 from three-point range in his last 15 games. Wow. The top percentage in the league during that span, and for that volume of shots, he's having one of the best shooting spurts of his career, and that is ridiculously good, bro. 69 for 127, that's phenomenal, bro.
That is. That's like, man, I can't miss. That means you got to guard him.
And the Pacers are a legitimate, 6th seed in the East right now, 6 or 7.
That's cool. That's okay. So they don't look for them to be sellers in this trade at the trade deadline.
No, I don't know now. I really don't know. And the Lakers continue to be 17 and 21?
Something like that.
And good for them. They won without everybody the other night. That was good stuff. I like to see Reeves do his thing and Schroeder. I don't know about that Hawks team. They like a roller coaster, up and down. They bipolar.
So they're actually 7th. They're actually 7th in the East, right above the Heat.
Yeah. And now if we go to...
they have a winning record. They're 21-18.
So they're doing well. And finally on the local scene there, Pearly, we got equestrian, the sport of equestrianism, or equestrian. Yeah. We have our very own disciplined jumpers.
And I know,
Caterina Coelho.
The young lady that I bragged about, I can't remember, she's the class of 21 or 22. I think class of 21, the young lady that was the merit, 140,000 merit winner of the greatest school in the world, St. Augustine's College, is actually an accomplished equestrian that's represented the Bahamas in events internationally. And also a great violinist. So you just... It's a sport that I've never... I mean, I know that the Puch family has been big into it in Camperdown and the Baghdad, but I've never really been in that.
You mean the famous, the Puch family? You mean Mr. Pierre de Puch of St. Andrews, one of St. Andrews' illustrious alumni of that Hall of Fame, of the greatest private school in this country? That de Puch. Of course, we know you talking about Mr. Pierre de Puch.
No, he's also...
you see what I did there, right?
Family of the great University of St. John's in Minnesota.
He also...
Actually, one of the DePuch... Where actually DePuch wrote the school alma mater. The school... What is what you call it? The school song, whatever you call it.
Yeah. Wasn't no SAC graduate who did that. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway.
St. John's University graduate. St. John's University graduate. A good Catholic.
All right. But you see what I did there earlier, right?
I saw that.
Took out a page out of your book. They call that touche in France. They call that touche in France.
You were basically cursing. You might as well use the F word a few minutes ago.
I let you get away with that vulgarity all the time, and you say, the big red machine. So don't push it, okay? All right?
I bet you. I got you.
Okay? All right. So that's the local scene covered. Let's slide out of that. Let's get up into the who's in and who's out. All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. Now they got two great locations. The flagship store over there on Mackey and Rosetta, open until 6 p.m. And then out there, R&D Plaza, JFK, open until 8. So go get your gyros on, all right? Definitely pick up the Chef Carmer and the crew. Tropical Gyros doing it. And, of course, I got coupons next week as well to throw in there for Tropical Gyros. So, them brain teasers, that bag going to be fully loaded. Mr. Producer, keep an eye out for Raheem the Dream. He might be chiming in. And make sure I bring him in at a low volume because we don't know how much change he got in the truck this week.
Yeah, how many keys he got to shake up?
Yeah, he could shake them keys, boy. My does. Anyhow. Do we have him in? We have him in the room yet? Not for Peter? All right, we're waiting for Peter. But all right. So, Purdy, let's check out who's in and who's out, brought to you by Tropical Gyros. Some news around the league from a couple of leagues. And First and foremost, I think the greatest thing that happened today, DeMar Hamlin was talking to his family. And I'm really not trying to do this, but if I shed a tear, it's because I'm just so happy for the kid. The next thing he did after talking to his family, he got in touch with his coach. And you know what they did for the team that afternoon? Big on the video screen. There he is. If that's not motivation for the Bills to make a run, I don't know what else is, Pearly. And I'm no Bill fan or nothing, but my God, if they do one for the Gipper or for the Hamliner, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
I hate the Bills. I hate the Bills. Let's get that clear. I hate the Bills. One more time, I do hate the Bills. However, I felt for that kid. I watched the game. I felt for him. I've been like you and I. We've all been following up on it. And if they do this one for him, it won't bother me. At least I'll get them out of the way and make room for my Dolphins for next year. So that's fine.
There you go, Brady. There you go. But yeah, I for sure just was happy to see that moment. You know what I mean? And it's one of them those moments in sports that you always remember when you see like sports history. And even though it wasn't a sports event, it wasn't a sports achievement. It was a sports event. It happened. On that sports field. And I think that'll always stay with me. I think it'll stay with the generations of sports fans to come because they will see it. But I'm just glad to know that he is in a good place. And like I say, if he never plays another down of football again, I'm okay with that.
I think, you know what? I think we will see him suit up next September. I think you will see him suit up next September. I think you would see him. I think you would see him in the playoff run. If they make it, he'll be on the sidelines there. But I think you will see him suit up next September.
I got to see that, man, Pearly. I'm rooting for him. I really am rooting for him. But I had some other ins and outs. The NBA fan voting is getting some reactions. So far, you got some people there that just shaking your head at. You know what I mean? Some offseason potential rumors are being diffused right now. Sean McVay reaffirms commitment to the Rams, and he says he's not going to TV. Has no interest in going to TV. He's going to stay.
I see Tony look like from the finish with is it not Cleveland? Is he finished with Cleveland? Is it?
Clowney? Jadeveon Clowney? Yep. Yeah, I tell you, boy. Apparently, Garrett took a shot at Clowney. He said, "We just want volunteers, not hostages."
Wow.
If he'd welcome Jadeveon Clowney back next season, he was quoted as saying, "We just want volunteers, not hostages."
Wow. That's like, brother, we don't need you no more. Carry yourself. So you must see a poison in that locker room.
Boy, listen, when he was when he was in South Carolina, he was brilliant coming out of college. He was a freak. He was a beast. Hit the pros.
Yes, he was.
And it's had moments of brilliance, but been largely an underachiever, in my opinion. Not living up to the draft status.
I don't think he ever reached the potential that we thought he would be at. I don't think we ever saw him. I mean, you saw spurts and you had this belief that he was going to be great, but it never came about. It never really came about. And it couldn't be stable at one team. So,
I don't know, man. I think that I wouldn't call him a bust, but I would say he's a tremendous underachiever.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in talking about who's in and who's out, the playoffs are in. The changes in the playoffs are in. And certain teams get a raw end. Certain teams get a good deal in this.
All right, so break it down. You're talking about the NFL playoffs, obviously.
Yeah, so let me see now. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so the bottom line is the Buffalo-Cincinnati game will not be played.
They're not going to play that. They've made Cincinnati AFC North champions.
So the AFC Championship game will be at a neutral site, if necessary.
Correct.
And using a coin flip to determine the home field advantage for a wild card game between the Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, if the Ravens win this weekend. Because those two are playing. So, all right, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a neutral site. The AFC Championship game will be played at a neutral site if Buffalo and Kansas City both win or tie in Week 18, plus both teams advance to the AFC title game. If they do advance to the title game, they'll play at a neutral site. Buffalo and Kansas City both lose, and Cincinnati 11-4 also loses or ties in Week 18, plus Buffalo and Kansas City advance to the AFC title game, all right? So they'll play at a neutral site if that scenario happens or if they advance to the title game in that equation. A third equation with Buffalo. 12-3 in Kansas City both lose, and Cincinnati 11-4 wins, plus the AFC title game is either Bills-Chiefs or Bengals-Chiefs. So they'll all be on neutral sites if any one of those equations play out. And this has all been approved by Roger Goodell. And
the owners supported it today.
Now here's another portion, your portion you just mentioned. If the Ravens 10-6 defeat Cincinnati in Week 18, and the Chargers 10-6 beat the Denver Broncos, and if the Baltimore and Cincinnati are scheduled to play a wild card game against one another, the site for that game would be determined by a coin toss. If Cincinnati wins the Week 18 game, or if Baltimore and Cincinnati are not scheduled to play one another in the wild card round, the game sites would be determined by regular scheduling procedures.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very interesting playoff season, and you know there's going to be some what ifs. You know there's going to be some moaning if a team loses on a neutral site that probably would have won on at home if they had the advantage.
Yeah, that's how they try to get the overtime rule changed because of what happened last time.
Yeah, I think oh boy. I don't know, Pearly. We got to, it's going to happen. It's too late in the game. You see what I'm saying? It's not like the regular, if it happened in the middle of the season or early where they'd be forced to make that game up. Right now, this is what we got, and we got to make it work. We got to, I think this is like a little bit by the seat, flying by the seat of your pants with this rule change and everything. How adept are these officials and the league scheduling this? What kind of effect are these games going to have at neutral sites? If I'm a team that played for,
not very many people can make saying that sound insensitive because of the accident. So that it'll roll through all right, I think.
My thing about it is, if I'm a team that has put in the work and played to earn that bye, you know what I mean, or buy the higher seeding to play at home, then I feel a little disgruntled. I feel a little jolted that I gotta play at a neutral site.
The circumstances cost for this change. And ain't nobody can jump up and say, hey, we ain't want to do this. They can say, oh, so you prefer, It's a touchy situation. It's real touchy. And I would probably does the home field really make that much of a difference if you're taking that good? I mean, because who had a more louder home field in Seattle? They won't rock.
I tell you, that right there is going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem.
I don't think. I personally, I like I support the changes. I understand what's going down. You cannot play that game again. So NFL, I think, came up with the best scenario, and I think it's going to be all right. It's going to be cool.
Well, we'll see. We will see. Can't do anything now, though.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you really could do. You got to let it play out.
Yep, that's all you could do.
And like I said, one way or another, somebody's going to be disgruntled at the end of all of this, Pearly. I can see it now.
Yeah, but I don't think there will be. But I don't
because it has no effect on the it has no effect on the NFC.
No, it doesn't.
And then if it becomes a Super Bowl, that's not gonna be. That's automatically a neutral site. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that'd be all right.
My thing is how the media goes. There's going to be clickbait. There's going to be people jump all over it and try to, make it.
I really don't think so. I think I've been listening to the red people talking about it. And because of what happened to the young man, I don't think people are going to make much noise about it because you're going to look insensitive and you're going to look politically incorrect. So I don't see the argument coming out. I might see people say, "Oh, we could do it this way, could do it," but I don't see you're going to outcry. I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Yeah, and I put who's really
not based on what the comments I'm hearing now, what I heard on NFL Network, about on ESPN today. They're afraid to touch that. Skip may have something to say.
And fantasy football in general.
Yeah.
That really suffered. Fantasy football in general.
Yeah, it cost me. Because I think fantasy would have finished now, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people wrap up with the 2-week format this week, but a lot of leagues have been decided and settled. I know in the Press Box League we had co-champions, Jared and Spurs. They chopped and they both decided to sip from the golden goblet. So we have co-champions there, which I thought was the high road to do, because nobody wants to lose like that. You know what I mean?
I'm in the ESPN as in 2 weeks, so we got the finals this week. The one more game, and my son has beat me like 118-57. Text me this morning, "Daddy, you ready to concede?" I said, "It'll be a cold day. It'll be a cold day."
That's what they's coming. Them foolish talks about concede. What that is?
Yeah.
That's not in my vocabulary. We'll come again.
See, all my players in the run for something. All my players, there's no chance. Certain players could get sit on his team. He got Allen, and they said Allen. They got Eckler. He got Walker. He got Tyree Hill. He got A. Brown. He got Schultz, Allen, and the San Francisco defense against Trevor Lawrence, Fournette, Barkley, Chase, Waddle, Hawkinson, Stevenson. Stevenson let me down last week. What do you think about benching Stevenson?
Yeah, man. Stevenson screwed me in the playoffs too, bro.
Stevenson let me down, man. Stevenson let me down. I might go with Lockett over him tonight. Lockett questionable.
But Lockett ain't playing tonight.
Okay, I might go. I think I'll go with
what's tonight? Friday. Is there a game tonight? There's no game in the NFL tonight, is there?
No, there's no game. But I say tonight, I'm thinking Sunday. I think I can start Watson over him.
All right.
What's your views on that?
Over who?
Over Stevenson.
Over. I didn't hear what
the running back Stevenson. I'm thinking about starting the rookie wide receiver out of Green Bay, Watson, over the running back out of New England, Stevenson. He let me down last week, man.
Yeah, you might want to go with Watson if he's healthy. Check the hamstring. If he's healthy, he might catch 1 or 2 from Rodgers for real in that shootout with Detroit.
And so far, let me see what they say. It's not the hip issue. Yeah,
is it a hip issue or whatever?
He doesn't have a designation. He doesn't have a designation.
So then he's good to go. Play that dude. All right, let's slide out of football real quick, Pearly. Get into the NBA. Here's something that we could chop up. Is that Peter trying to? All right, Peter is trying to get in. So have a look for Peter and bring him in quietly. So
what's up?
we're looking at the NBA MVP race there, Pearly. And now,
Is that time to start looking at that now?
yeah, that's what they're talking. That's what they're talking. And you know, beat writers get to talking now because they like to form narratives. All right, so
Yeah.
right now on the Kia MVP ladder, let's see what they got. As how many? Okay, I got the top 10. All right. At number 10.
I just got to do it.
All right, number 10. Okay, well, let me give you the honorable mention. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Oklahoma City, from the Thunder.
Okay.
James Harden of the Philadelphia 76ers. LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. Julius Randle of the New York Knicks. And Domantas Sabonis of the Sacramento Kings. They were all honorable mentions. But the top 10 candidates for MVP, according to the Kia NBA MVP tabulations, you know, it's their award. And on their ladder, here's your top 10. Number 10, Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans, dropping from number 7 to number 10. Number 9, Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, staying right at home at number 9 where he was last week. Number 7, Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last week, he was number 10. Tied for 7th with Mitchell, moving up from number 8, my boy, Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
Due to the change and the heavy breathing, I know Peter is here. And number 6, you got Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers, staying put at number 6 where he was last week. Then you have the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he of the Milwaukee Bucks, holding firm at number 5 where he was last week as well. Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks. Last week he was number 3, drops to number 4. And here's your top 3. Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets, coming up from number 4 to number 3. You've gone really low, Pearly. I don't know what happened to you, but you've gone low. I could hardly hear you. Jason, okay, all right, I got you now. Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics, he remains at number 2 from last week.
Okay.
And still number 1, holding strong for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. The Joker himself from the Denver Nuggets, Nikolai Jokic.
Maybe that'll be 3 in a row, eh?
And he's almost averaging a triple-double because he's averaging 25.2 points per game, 10.7 rebounds per game, and 9.5 assists per game.
Wow.
Tatum is up there with 30.7 points per game, 8.2 rebounds a game, and 4.2 assists per game. And Durant, 29.9 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 5.5 assists per game. And Luka's numbers, just if you want to know, 34 points per game, 8.8 rebounds, 8.7 assists per game. It's just crazy numbers. And the Greek freak rounding out.
I don't have a problem with the top 3. I have a problem with the top
rounding out the top 5, Giannis numbers, 32.7 points, 12.1 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. So that's your top 5 right there. But that could easily be debatable. Peter, what's going on with you, man? I hear you chiming in.
Yeah, I think whenever you have a top 5 like that, where everyone's really, really hyper talented, you could swap any one of those around, any combination, and you would be correct. You know, who are they playing? You know, style offense, position that they're playing, but all 5 of those are absolute superstars. A bit surprised that a fella from the Mavericks is as low as he is, but again, you know, he could be number 1, and you could put Djokovic number 2, and it would still be a really great list. So. Anyway, everyone in that top 5 is incredible.
And the thing about it is, all the top 5 teams will go nowhere if any one of them go down.
Yeah, but now this is crazy. Imagine
that's true too.
On the same team. Imagine if that was your starting 5. Wow, right?
Wow. Yeah.
But I'll leave that for the boys who play 2K.
And the funny thing about it, I think every one of them from a different country, huh?
A lot of those guys are international.
Yeah.
But is it 5 different countries represented there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's at least 3. I know at least between Djokovic
Yeah,
and
Tatum
the fella from
is
Dallas.
KD American, aren't they?
What's say?
KD and Tatum are American, aren't they? Tatum's
Right.
American, or he's Canadian.
No, KD and Tatum are American, but Jokic is Euro. Luka is Euro. And let me go back to that top five. You had Luka. Wait a minute. Where was that?
You're right.
Yeah, no. You had Luka at number 1. You had Tatum at number 2. Durant at number 3. Doncic at number 4. And the Greek freak, Giannis at number 5. So you got 3 out of the top 5 internationals. And then if you look at Embiid, and out of the top 10, you got 4 out of the top 10 that are internationals.
And Durant is
actually 5 because Shai Glorious Alexander is Canadian.
I don't have my tablet on me, but this is a question I never hear asked because LeBron is so because hometown in Akron. Where's Kevin Durant from? What is his home state or home city? Does anyone know that?
I think he's from Texas, isn't he? Originally.
I think he's from Texas. I know he's been to the University of Texas. I know that much.
I think
okay.
I think he may be a Texas guy.
My fingers not moving as fast as they normally do.
All right. Well, guys.
And Tatum is from where? Isn't he from California?
I don't know. Tatum may be from California. I don't know. I thought Tatum was East Coast.
Well, he's definitely East Coast now. He's definitely Boston. He's definitely East Coast now. I was just wondering.
He's from St. Louis, Missouri, actually. Actually, he's from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Who's that?
He's the son of Brandy Cole and Justin Tatum, and he's from St. Louis, Missouri originally.
Oh, the reason I asked is that the U.S. is a big place.
So actually, Durant is from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And so, being from the U.S., like if one guy's from like Seattle and one guy's from Georgia, they might as well be in 2 different countries because it's so far apart and the cultures are so different. So, they're both from America, but boy, Missouri and where's the other place?
D.C. Dark country. D.C. Washington, D.C.
All right, so
that's pretty different. That's pretty different, right?
We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 NBA games to get to. Sorry, NFL games to get to. Rapid fire coming up out of the break. We got Colin Cowherd and the crew with their picks taking us home on the final 10 today. So we got a chit chat. We got some playoff ramifications. And we got some teams on the bubble. Purdy, you think your Dolphins might pull a miracle and get the cards to line up where they need to line up?
And then end up in Buffalo to get embarrassed? Please lose Miami. Let's not go to the playoffs. Let's go regroup.
Oh, God. Let's go to win the game. Great Herm Edwards impersonation there, Peter. Let's get to the break. Talking Heads, the Friday, January 6th edition continues right after this. Peter 1, Pearly nothing on that one. I like that.
George Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Fidelity, we're good for you. Whether your business is in store, on the go, or both, let Fidelity work with you to maximize your customers' payment options with a fixed or mobile terminal. so that you never miss a sale. It's safer than cash and more convenient, so that you can take your business anywhere. For details, contact a business development officer today at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport, or visit our website at fidelitygroup.com.
Want to be the MVP of the party for the big game this year? And win cash? Just take your favorite Frito-Lay chips, Cheetos, or Tostitos and salsa to the party, and you will be the MVP and have a chance to win cash. All you have to do is purchase any large Frito-Lay chips, Tostitos, salsa, or Cheetos from participating grocery stores. Think you can throw the football? Come and play the Throw and Win game this Saturday, January 7th, 1 to 3 p.m. at Meat Match. Just throw the football through the uprights to win instant prizes. Frito-Lay chips distributed by Island Wholesale.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
All right, the Friday. You got the final 10 from. All right, good. Be good. We lined up. All right, guys. Good stuff so far. Let's jump on in. We got 16 to talk about, and let's see how you feel. Saturday, 4:30. We got the Chiefs and the Raiders. I think the Chiefs do what they have to do to win the game, so they don't go in, rusty to the playoffs. I think they get a few series in, get a few points where they need to, and I think they win the game.
Yes.
What say you, Pearly? I think them kids got pretty. Okay.
I like the Chiefs.
All right.
I like the Chiefs.
We got the big game Saturday night, 8:15, with all the playoff ramifications on the line. The Titans on the road in Jacksonville against the Jaguars. Big game on Saturday. I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
I'm going with the Jaguars for two reasons. One, I ain't never pulling for no Tannehill team. And two, I need Lawrence to give me 1,000,000 points so I can beat up on my son in fantasy.
I just think Lawrence has turned the corner with Peterson.
I believe Dobbs is playing, and I'm rooting for the kid from Tennessee. I liked him in college. He's an aerospace engineering major. I was an engineering major in school. So I was always rooting for him, and he got drafted by got drafted by the Steelers. I just was like, something about him, something he could play, and he played pretty good. A couple was it last week? I hear he's going to start again, and if he does, I hope he wins. I really hope him to Titan win because good. I mean, I just feel he's got all the talent in the world to be an NFL quarterback.
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think the Titans are going to get some running in with Derrick Henry, but I like Lawrence at home, and Peterson's in his ear. He's being that mentor and that guru, the quarterback whisperer that he is. I like the Jaguars to win this game. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Bucks and the Falcons. There's nothing to really play for in this game. The Bucks are going to the playoffs regardless. Do they rest players or do they try to go in with some momentum? Potentially to take on my Dallas Cowboys next week.
I guess I rest. But I think they need to at least play at least a half to keep the chemistry going, and then I would rest.
That's why I'm picking them to win this game, and I think they do what they have to do in the first half to get it done, and go in with some momentum. Patriots and the Bills. I like the Bills to beat the stuffing out of the Patriots.
Yeah, and the Bills need that, so they could. The Bills need that, yeah.
Vikings,
I agree.
Vikings
all the way.
Vikings and the Bears. I don't know which Viking team is going to show up. But I'll go with the Vikings.
I think yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna beat the Bears. They beat them.
The Bears. Listen, man. You want to know about this game? There's a great picture done 2 days ago when the Bears announced Nate Peterman's going to start. Bears fans made a picture. They made a Photoshop, a U.S. Bradley tank with GM Ryan Poles in the tank, and they say, buddy, that this proves this game, the tank is on, buddy. We're starting Nate Peterman.
All right.
The offensive line is out. They're starting half of defensive reserves. Three of the 5 starting secondary is out.
All right,
Gonna play
Peter, nobody cares about your Bears this turn, Amity, anyway. They've been done for a while. We got to get to this break, so we got to pick it up. I like the Vikings to beat your Bears.
The tank is on, buddy. The tank is on. The tank might be on in Dallas if you all don't win a playoff game.
But for a new coach, for sure. The Ravens and the Bengals, I like this is a tough one. I like the Bengals to win this one with no Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. I think they go in with some momentum as well. I like the Bengals to win this one at home.
Ravens. The Ravens defense is playing crazy good.
All right, do we even have to pick this one? Texans and the Colts coin flip. Give me the Texans to win this one.
Texans win. Bears get a number 1 pick.
Jets and the Dolphins. Well, I said the Dolphins were going to lose 6 straight to close out the year, so guess what? They're going to make me look good. I like the Jets to win this one.
Dolphins win this game. Flacco is wacko.
Dolphins win this game.
Panthers and Saints, another one that we really shouldn't have to pick, but I'll take the Saints at home.
Saints. Famous Jameis.
Browns and Steelers. Steelers trying to do something, man. I got to take the Steelers.
Browns win this game.
Browns.
Yeah. The Browns win the game.
All right.
Watson gets a free massage.
The Giants and the Eagles, guess what? The Giants going to pull a page out of the book when they played the Patriots years ago when nothing mattered, and they still went on in the playoffs to win the Super Bowl and beat them. They beat up on the Philadelphia Eagles. This week, Cowboys beat the Commanders, and win the NFC East. Let's go, Giants.
Can you hear the bias? Hear the bias. Philly by double digits.
Dripping in bias.
Philly by almost 3 touchdowns.
Cowboys over the Commanders. I like the Cowboys to go in on all cylinders. They win, and when they figure out the Phillies winning, then they'll rest some starters, but it'll be too much for the Commanders to come back from. I like my Cowboys.
Cowboys by 50.
Chargers and Broncos.
That's my upset pick. I like the Commanders.
He just is a hating fish. He is a hating fish. Don't worry about that hating fish.
Guardian, hey, drug test Pearly.
Chargers and Broncos. I like the Chargers to win that one. What about you guys? Let's go. Make it quick. 49ers and Cardinals.
I like the Broncos.
49ers and Cardinals. I like the 49ers to win that one.
49ers
I like the 49ers. I like the 49ers.
Rams and Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Rams.
Lions and Packers.
Woo!
Packers.
Lions.
I think the Packers get it done all for naught, though, because who they need to lose will not lose. They go nowhere.
Yes.
And with that being said, we go into the break, man. I appreciate your contributions. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your final weekend of football, fellas. My team will be playing next week, and y'all get to beat up on me for that. Y'all need to start looking at basketball. That's what y'all need to start looking for in your future.
Go Cowboys! Me and the Yankees are looking for a left fielder, so I'll see you at the draft, buddy.
Holla at your boy. Y'all be safe. Have a great weekend. Pearly, the air fryer is yours. Go work your culinary masterpieces as always. Mr. Producer, take me to the break. Great stuff for chiming in, folks. Have a great weekend. Be good, Bahamas. And if you can be good at it. Colin Halford taking us home in the last 10.
Cover quarterback when he's favored by over a touchdown, remarkably so. Last 7 games, Raiders are 5-2 against the spread. They want to go into the offseason positive vibe. 13 of their games have been decided by under a touchdown. And again, this is a rivalry game. The Chiefs, 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. They're not great as a big favorite. What are they actually playing for? I think the Raiders are playing for pride, to put stuff on tape. Jarrett Stidham played very well last week against the Niners. I think they're competitive. This division's interesting. I mean, the Chargers have beaten KC a couple of times in KC. Now Denver's playing well. I'm going to take the Raiders to lose, but cover. Chiefs win 27-23, typical AFC West game.
Titans and Jaguars.
I don't understand this line. I love the Titans. Like it, I love it. Titans +6. They've won 5 of their last 6 games against the Jaguars, and the Titans are very good against 500 teams or worse, and the Jags are 8-8. Derrick Henry against the Jags has always been a complete handful. And again, the Jaguars' last 2 wins have come against teams playing multiple quarterbacks. The Texans with Davis Mills and Jeff Driscoll, and then the Jets with Zach Wilson and Chris Streveler. So they've also, in their last 3 games, it's a young team, Jacksonville, 6 giveaways in their last 3 games. They can get sloppy. I'm going to take the Titans in a division rivalry game +6, an upset win. The Titans pull off the upset 24-23 over the Jags.
Browns at Steelers.
Another division rivalry, and I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to take the Browns +2.5 at the Steelers. The Steelers don't score points. I mean, Pittsburgh, if you go look, they've been held under 20 points for the last 5 games. And they've played 7 straight close games. Deontay Johnson's hurt. Minkah Fitzpatrick's hurt. Deshaun Watson last week against a pretty good defense is improving. They got big rushing yards against the Commanders. Amari Cooper had a big day. Nick Chubb had a big day. I think they're a team getting better. I think they're going to upset the Steelers in a very, very competitive game. These games in this division, when you can take points in the AFC North, Browns win over the Steelers 2017.
Rams at Seahawks.
I love the way the Rams are playing. They're limited. I love the way they're playing. I'm going to take the Rams +6 here. McVay in 12 games against Pete Carroll's won 8 of them. Their offense, they have 150-plus rushing yards in back-to-back games. Cam Akers has arrived. Multiple takeaways in 5 of 6 games. I got to be honest with you. Baker Mayfield's been good. 4 games, completion percentage back up into the high 60s. Passer rating mid-90s. He's got a running game, so he's throwing on 2nd and 5 and 3rd and 2. I like what I see from Baker Mayfield. And Seattle's defense is atrocious. They've got to take some draft capital and shore it up on the inside. And Kenneth Walker's banged up. He was sick this week. I think the Rams, this is what they've been prone to do, beat the Seahawks 27-20.
Chargers at Broncos.
My only favorite I'm going to take Denver -2.5 at home. The Broncos have scored 24-plus points in 3 of their last 4 games. The Broncos, 3-plus touchdowns in 3 of their last 4 games, and we know this is an unbelievable defense. Opposing quarterbacks' passer rating this year against the Broncos, 81. And Justin Herbert in Week 6 struggled against this defense. The Chargers are built to play with a lead, but they often fall behind. They've been held to 20 points or fewer in 4 of their 5 last road games. Again, their last 3 wins, Rams, Colts, and the Titans, who had to go to Malik Willis. I just think Denver, this means a lot for them. Positive vibes going into the offseason, feeling good, a little momentum. We know they need it. To the Chargers, I'm going to have Denver to win and cover 27-24. You get these division rivalry games, 4 out of the 5 picks. I'm taking points. Now, this is a tough week. People are sitting people. How inspired are the Chiefs? But I like the underdogs in the rivalry games. Just because you're not going to go to the playoffs doesn't mean you don't have something to play for. Jared Stidham wants to look good. The Browns, Deshaun Watson playing well now. Or better. Let's get him some momentum. I like the underdog.
People are probably surprised that the Broncos are favored, but it looks like the Chargers will not have incentive to win. They'll rest their guys so they face Tennessee or Jacksonville. That's the most likely scenario.
Yeah, so Denver in this space is actually playing for more.
Brandon Staley ain't risking anybody.
No, and they've also, many of their best players, Derwin James, Bosa, get banged up. They're all line. So you're not going to play those guys. You're going to go to the backup quarterback second half of this game. Eric Mangini, Jets, Browns, 3 rings under Belichick. Fox Sports analyst joining us. The story that I admit it just shows how good Brian Daboll is. The New York Giants are a playoff team. And Greg Cosell said something yesterday, and it was really funny. He said, Colin, how many great quarterbacks are there? 5? 6? If you don't have one, you just can't keep bailing on a quarterback. He got him into the playoffs. Are you surprised by Daniel Jones?
Yes, I am surprised by Daniel Jones, but I'm less surprised because of Brian. And Brian was my quarterback coach for me at the Jets. He was my offensive coordinator for me at the Browns. And I know how smart he is. I know how thorough he is. and he's got a great way of relating to players, and he's got a great way of taking complicated things and making them a lot simpler. Plus, he's got a defensive perspective. He started in New England on the defensive side of the ball, so he's got that perspective when he's working with quarterbacks. So you saw what he did with Josh Allen. I didn't know it would be as good as it's been in New York, but it doesn't surprise me knowing Brian as well as I do and knowing how capable he is.
So yesterday on this show, we talked about where Brady's going, Carr's going, Garoppolo's going. So you know Brady pretty well, okay? Very well. If you had to guess where, because he's leaving Tampa, where's he going and why do you think he's going there?
Well, I got on your train early on when you thought San Francisco would be the spot, and I think that's the perfect spot. And regardless of how Brock Purdy does through this playoff run, you're still going to have a situation where you've got Brock Purdy and Trey Lance.
So he ends up being super talented, very good, not a Hall of Famer to me.
Yeah, Ray Lewis. You say Ray Lewis.
Hall of Fame.
Automatic lock. Patrick Willis, yeah, really, really good. Maybe, probably, right? One of those?
I mean, how many guys do we have playing right now? Think about this that are Hall of Famers. So let me think about it. Myles Garrett, Aaron
the
Donald.
linebacker position has been diminished considerably.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much.
Versus 15
like Myles Garrett, Hall of Famer.
He's on the track. TJ Watt on the track, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean,
JJ Watt probably gets in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Aaron Donald gets in.
Yes.